Hello, Oakdale Academy Dads. It's Dr. Stanton with our next installment of our OakDads video. And on this short couple of minutes, just want to spend some time. Had a great and encouraging conversation with a dad here just a couple of minutes ago. And I said, what do I need to tell dads this month as I record this in January 2024? And he said, talk about spending quality time with their sons and their daughters. And it struck me after that conversation not only how wise the saying that was, how important it was, but how overlooked sometimes that is. And so I want to encourage you as dads, me as a dad, that the special time, as we call it in my house, or the quality time that you spend with your son, your sons, your daughter, your daughters, is so key. And it's great to do it in smaller groups and with other people, but the time you spend with them one-on-one, just dad and child, is so important, not only to their development, their emotional health, their spiritual health, but just to knowing who you are and for you to get to know who they are. And I want to encourage you, it doesn't need to be anything special. It doesn't need to be a huge trip. It doesn't need to be, some amazing thing that dads, let's be honest, we tend to plan out, and we don't always do well when our plans don't work out the way we envision them in our heads. For me, what I've done in the past, and was convicted I need to restart, is on Saturday mornings I would take in rotation one of my kids out to breakfast. It was just, we call it again, special time. Just the time for me and one of my kids, one at a time, to go out to breakfast, to laugh together, just to talk together. Sometimes it's deeper conversations with older kids, and sometimes it's just hearing from them and letting them talk. And those are just wonderful, wonderful opportunities. The other thing that I want to encourage us is, as you take that challenge, as you take those times to engage that way with your kids one-on-one, is to think about the generational impacts in telling the story of your family. And this one could be harder in some ways, because some of us may have stories about our family that are painful, but we do need to tell the story of our family. And behind me, back on the bookshelf, hopefully you can make out two things there that are in part in my office, because I have no place to put them in my house, but they do help serve as reminders to me. The first is the obvious one, if you can see it, is a firefighter's helmet. It has an L and a number 13 on it for ladder 13, and that was my dad's fire helmet. My dad passed away just over a year ago, and he dedicated his life to serving the citizens of the city of Detroit as a paramedic and then as a Detroit firefighter. And while my dad and I didn't see eye to eye on everything that happened in our lives, or even the course and direction always, we had a lot of disagreements on things. I know, because I'm reminded when I look at that firefighter's helmet, that his commitment to service was second to none. And that's a great reminder for me, and something that I try to pass down to my children. The other thing that's back there is a sword. It's one of the more popular things that students like to see and hear. It's not sharp. It's a ceremonial sword. Don't worry. It's my sword. It's my naval officer's sword from my now former career as a naval officer. And on that sword, when you pull it out of the scabbard there, my name is etched on it. And it's part of the legacy, part of the heritage that I will pass down to my children. Again, a concept of service. My service was not only to students and to families, but to our country. And it's not a look at me, look how important I was that I have this, and this is all about me. No, this is very much about reminding my kids, and I hope you reminding your kids, that we're called to do things that are bigger than ourselves. At its first and most simplified level, we're called to serve our God above all else. And that's one of the things that we point our students to here at Oakdale every single day. But we are all called by God, we're invited by Him, we're charged by Him to serve others as well. And so that's part of the heritage that I pass down, because the rich stories, the tapestry of our family histories, is so important, and what a great way to point them as dads ultimately to our heavenly Father, their perfect Father. And so whether it's special time in any way, whether it's just playing a game with your kids at home, reading a book to them, thinking through their history and the history of our families, I think are just great encouragements for us as we launch into these winter months, and as winter has taken hold finally here in Michigan. And I wish you all the best with that, and encourage you to spend that quality, special time with your kids. Pass down the heritage of your families as you seek to continue to serve the Lord by being a dad to these children that are entrusted to you. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you all a great day and a great weekend.